Greetings everybody, and welcome to another video. Now today I'm not in anywhere particularly exotic. I'm actually in my back garden in North Dorset in England in the United Kingdom. What I'm going to talk to you in this video, just keeping on the theme of the Olympus system, is the one thing, the one aspect of the camera system that I absolutely adore. The one thing that if I was to ever move to another camera system, I would probably want, and if I didn't have it, I would definitely miss. And this one thing is around the way in which functions and facilities are selected. As the world has moved from film to digital, and those of you that are younger than me will be wondering what on earth it is that I'm talking about. But when digital cameras first came out, the menu systems that they contained were not great. And to be fair, it's taken camera manufacturers a little bit of time to work out the best way to present the functions and features that they've got in their cameras. And a bit like going into a restaurant and looking at a menu, I think it's taken time for camera manufacturers to find the best way to enable a consumer of their product to find the functions and features that they want to enable and disable and tweak. We don't think anything of it, do we? When we go into a restaurant or a cafe or whatever, we just pick up the menu and boom, we find what we're after. Now, some camera systems are very good at doing that, some less so. I think it's probably one of the most common and popular things that you see in new camera release reviews. What does the menu system look like? How easy is it to navigate, etc., etc. Now, the Olympus system has found a very unique way to present the most common options and present them very, very quickly and very, very efficiently. And I'm going to show you that function right now. Right, so here's the back of my Olympus OM-D EM1 Mark III. And if I just hit the menu option, here's your standard menu. Anything like this would be, commonly viewed by anybody that's used an Olympus camera, or any camera for that matter. And here, you can see the most common functions, card setup, that's where I'd format it, common settings, date and time, stuff like that, right? All of this is familiar. But if I wanted to do something like change the frame size, so change it from its native 4x3 to say a square, and I've not practiced this, so I don't actually know how to do it. I'm going to be scrolling through these menus looking for something that looks like it might be something to do with frame size. There's picture mode there, grid settings. Let's try picture mode. Let's try that one. No, that's that. I don't know what that is. Frame rate, histogram. I think I'm proving my point, right? I just want to do something really quick and really simple, and I can't find it. Now, I absolutely accept that with practice, I would probably know where it is if it was something that I used an awful lot. There we go, I found it, image aspect. So if I hit that, I've then got all of the options appearing in this option here. So 1x1 is a square, 3x4, 4x3 is 16x9, 3x2, and then back to 1x1. I'll change it back to 4x3. Now, if I used that an awful lot, then I would know where to find it within the menu and just be able to go straight to it. However, Olympus have found or provided a really, really quick way at getting at these functions, these common functions very, very quickly. And it's a piece of functionality called the Super Control Panel. And the Super Control Panel looks like that. I'm not going to go around all of them, but simple things like ISO, stabilization, whoops, focus point, shutter release, focus type, so it's currently set on single autofocus, and lo and behold, there is frame size, and it's touch sensitive as well, so you can select the one that you want to play with if you choose. I don't tend to do that. I tend to use these three directional buttons here, and I just hit OK again, and there they are down the bottom. You can see them here. So 4x3, 16x9, 3x2, 1x1, 3x4, exactly the same options as what you had when I was navigating the menu. Now to get to it is really, really easy. You just hit OK, and there it is. And it enables me to very, very quickly get at the common things that I would normally get at or want to get at when I was playing around with settings in the field. And not only does it show on this display, it also appears in the EVF. So if I've got my eye here, there we go, look, the back screen goes off because it thinks my eye is up there. That menu displays in there. So I don't even need to take my eye away from the eyepiece in order to actually see this thing. And I've sort of learned over time to kind of feel all the lumps and bumps on the back of the camera. And the fact that I can access it just by pressing OK, which I know is in the middle of this four-way arrangement of buttons, means, I almost instinctively know where it is. I'm not having to reach across in order to hit a menu button. So the most common ones that I play with are the frame size. I also sometimes play with the shutter release. So currently it's on a 2-second delay, but occasionally I will move it to the high res mode, or even a single shot. So if I was doing something like, I don't know, waves crashing against a sea wall, I would probably go for single shot in order to be able to grab the moment. What else would I use frequently? Changing the stabilization on and off. So if I'm going handheld or not, then I can turn the stabilization on and off. And I sometimes play with ISO. I occasionally go down to the lowest setting, which is a software ISO 64, if I'm trying to force a long exposure. Most of the time it sits at 200. Now I've got no idea whether there are other camera systems that, without providing a custom menu, will allow you to access the basic core functions that quickly. If there is, would somebody please comment in the comments below and let me know, because I would genuinely be really, really very interested. But that is a function that I use an awful lot, and I would really, really miss. If I ever, for whatever reason, had to give up this camera system, or I decided to move to another one, that's something that I would really, really miss. If you are enjoying this video and would like to support my channel, then please click on the thumbs up icon indicated here. To be notified when I upload new content, which will be every 2 weeks, then please consider subscribing. It's free and you can unsubscribe at any time. As well as subscribing, click on the bell icon and select all in order to get these notifications. All updates for new videos appear here on the top right hand side of your YouTube homepage. So from the research I've done, I have discovered that most OM-D, Olympus OM-D camera models have the Super Control Panel enabled by default. However, if you try this on your own Olympus camera and you hit OK and you don't get a panel that looks like that, then it is something that can be enabled from within the menu system. So I do actually have my iPad in front of me to help me do this. So it's under menu, then you then navigate to the cog. You then need to scroll down the cog options until you get to, I think it's D1, which is DISP /something/PC. And then if you highlight control settings and hit OK, I get two options, live control, and then there's one there called live SCP, Super Control Panel. Hit OK to enable that. Hit the shutter button to get away from the menu, and then when you hit OK, you will get that Super Control Panel. A fantastic feature, one I use an awful lot in my OM-D camera system. Okay, so a short one, this one. Simply just to hopefully draw your attention, those people out there that use the Olympus system. If you're not already aware of the Super Control Panel, just to draw your attention to it and maybe highlight how it might be able to help you. For those of you who are considering the Olympus system, again, I just hope highlighting it just gives you something else to think about when you're making your choice of camera system, especially if it's Olympus. And you know, those of you that are thinking of swapping from your full frame to this kind of system, again, it's just something else to consider, something else to think about. I use it so often now, I probably don't even think about it. But it was only when I was sitting down actually writing a list of, right, so I need to make some videos, what are the sorts of topics and subjects that I'm going to cover, that somebody actually suggested to me, well, you know, why don't you do a series of videos about why you like this system so much, in the hope that it would be useful to somebody else, either with this system or somebody that's considering buying into a system like this. Give them something else to think about, give them another question to ask that they can consider the answer and include in their choice. So that's why this video exists. So thank you very much for watching. Next video will be another favorite feature, and it will be the last one, I promise, with regard to what is it that I like about the Olympus system. But the next video will be what it is about the pro lenses that I adore the most. Again, the thing that I would miss the most if I ever had to move away from these pro lenses for any reason. So thanks once again. Please stay well, please stay safe, and until the next one, see you again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.